It's back.
Nice.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Alan. Thanks so much for taking the time to click on the video tonight. Tonight, the Six Sack opening returns. I've resubscribed to the Six Sack. I took a little hiatus over Christmas and stuff like that just to save a bit on the wallet. I do have quite a bit of tackle to begin with, but a lot of new stuff's getting released lately, and I wanted to get the jump on it. As you know, as a Six Sack subscriber, you do get access to unreleased or exclusive colors of baits that aren't available to the public. So I wanted to get in on some of that. I know some of the baits that are coming out are really, really, really nice. And the Six Sack is just my go-to for a subscription service. The great thing about it is the care that they take in the packaging. And every single bait that comes in these bags, even if you get a repeat of a bait or anything like that, it's all quality fire baits. You don't get any of the knockoff. You don't get any of the garbage that didn't sell regularly on the websites or anything like that. It's all premium tackle all the time. So why don't we get into it? I mean, I haven't cracked open a Six Sack in a while. It is out of the shipping box because I did have to take a picture for the thumbnail, but I have not seen what is in this sack. This is the April 2024 Super Six Sack. You can go onto the website right now, sixcensefishing.com, and I don't have a code myself, but you can use the code. I believe it's JR Super 6. That's my buddy Justin Royal's code, and it should give you $10 off your first sack. So I just want to get right into it. So we're going to get right into it. And as you know, I like doing this with you guys. I like doing it with having a little bit of a surprise to it. So I'm just going to reach in. I'm going to start with the soft plastics because they usually send a soft plastic, and I feel it. I do feel a really big box in there though, so I'm kind of stoked. Soft plastic. We got the Divine Shaky Worm, the 6.3 inch in the watermelon red color. The watermelon red color is kind of a take on the green pumpkin. It's a little more translucent than the green pumpkin. As you know, I'll crack these open so you guys can get a good look at them. It's a little more translucent than the green pumpkin, and it's got the black and red flake in it. I'm trying to get it so it doesn't zoom in on my face. Which way am I going here? Here we go. This way, this way, this way. Okay. There we go. Come on, this way. So I like the Divine Shaky Worm because it's got the little nodule on the tail here, and really good. It's a stiffer plastic, ridged body all the way down, so that it capitalizes on the water movement. So it really disturbs the water down in a wacky rig presentation. I like to Texas rig or shaky head these, or Carolina rig. Drag it across the bottom. Makes for a really nice presentation. That's the Divine Shaky Worm. What else do we got? I don't think there's any more soft baits, but there's a little bag. Oh, speaking of Texas rigs, sent me a nice little thing of 6 cents peg stoppers. So I got a pack of 10 of those. And they're the transparent ones, they're not the black ones, so that's kind of cool. Yo. All right, this is one of the newer releases. This is a take on the Crush Flat 75X, which is one of my favorite baits to throw. This is a little more smaller of a profile, carbon fiber computer panel bill. And this is the Flat Finesse F4. And this is the mud bass color. So I'm going to crack her open, as we always do. So this is a 1/2 ounce bait. It dives between 4 and 6 feet. And this is a cold water stone cold killer. This is just a gorgeous, gorgeous bait. So you got a little bit of the blue and sparkle and stuff on the top, transitions down into the green, into the chartreuse, but then it's got that bright orange belly. It's just a ridiculously nice bait. Pulling these along weed edges, through shallow cover. You can rip this through mild to moderate grass. I wouldn't recommend it, but this thing really slays in that 4 foot water depth, especially in the colder water. Now mind you, just because I keep saying cold water, don't let that stop you from throwing this in the spring and in the summer. You know, it's just a great all-around good cranking bait. Get it banging around, get it banging off structure, and you're going to get bit. And that color is just, I mean, look at that. That is ridiculous. That's such a nice color. Okay, what else we got here? The Crush 100. And we got it in the green pumpkin gill. This is actually a really neat color because it's very basic, but it's very effective. Very effective. The Crush 100X is the big brother of my staple crankbait, the Crush 50X. These have a good rattle, and this is a bigger boy. This is doing the 4 to 6 depth range too as well, or is it 3 to 6? No, 3 to 5. It dives up to 5 feet. And again, this is that green pumpkin gill. Like the details. I mean, the proof is in the details, guys. I mean, look at the details on this thing. Molded in gill plates, molded in scales. Holographic eyes. This really nice transition from the black to the olive, and then going down into that lime green and chartreuse yellow. Like, come on. And then a nice ivory belly. I mean, this is just a wicked, wicked bait presentation. You know, can easily double as a bluegill, a baby bass, any of the small fry that these guys want to eat. And as always, guys, laser sharp. I believe on the Crush series, it's the mustads. So you do not have to change any of your hardware. This is ready to fish right out of the box. A lot of other brands of baits and stuff like that, I'm not a fan of their hooks. And I end up switching them out. Usually switching them to mustads or BKs. But because 6th Sense uses mustads and BKs, I don't have to switch that. I don't have to switch any of my terminal tackle that's on my hard baits, which is a great time saver. And there is more in the bag, guys. And Cloud 9 C6. Now the C6, these are the Cloud series is the deep diving cranks. These are your diving cranks. The C6 is the shallowest one, which is 6 to 8 feet. And again, ready to go. And I think this is lavender citrus, if I'm not mistaken. No, this is blue truce shad. Now this is a color that just gets eaten, and it gets eaten a lot. Starts off at the top with that blue lime green, and then that fade into the yellow and the ivory belly. The little bleeding detail on the gills just gives it a little more of a lifelike appearance. These have a good knocker system in them. There we go. These don't use rattles, these use knockers. So when they go down to depth, it creates that commotion and that solid thump, 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 thump. It gives the bass and predatory fish just something to hone in on. And the color in you can use that in stained water, clear water, or dark water. It just shows up. It just shows up, guys. So there it is, Cloud 9 C6. That's great. Can never go wrong with those. And we have two more in here. I missed something. An Axel swim jig. This is the Axel swim jig, and that is in the black and blue. And as you all know, guys, you can't go wrong with black and blue. Now, the nice thing about the Axels, and I'm going to actually do a whole thing about the Axels soon, but the nice thing about the Axels, the one thing about coming into the bass season is you've got a lot of lethargic bass and tired bass and stuff like that, and they're holed up in the weeds, or they're holed up along those weed edges. And when you throw your regular jigs and your swim jigs and stuff like that, half the time you're picking weeds off of your bait. It can become very, very tiresome and stuff like that. The solution that 6th Sense came up with is the Axel series. Now you'll notice this swim bait doesn't have a weed guard. And there's a reason. See this? And this. Inside skirt, there's a bait keeper. So what you're going to do is you're going to screw your trailer on, and then you're going to rig it just like your Texas rigging. So you're going to push this hook through the belly of the bait, and then you're going to transpose that hook point into the body. Once it's done, your trailer's hanging off here, completely 100% weedless. You never have to cover, never have to worry about dragging it through structure. The hook is not going to get hung up on the weeds. And that's just going to save you time. So much time. The Axel series are my favorite jigs to throw when I'm going to be working around structure. When I'm in more open water and have a little more things, I go back to my Kicker custom lures, scrape jigs and swim jigs. But these ones, when I know I'm going to be hogging through the weeds, man, there is really no question that I'm going to be throwing an Axel series swim jig or hybrid jig. And check out the holographic eye on that. That's awesome. That is just crazy, crazy cool. Sorry if you see me looking off to the side a little bit while I'm focusing in on the baits, but I want to make sure that I've got everything in focus, so I'm looking at a computer screen that is hooked up to my camera. So yeah, so that is the Axel swim jig in black and blue, and I couldn't be more stoked. I think that's probably my favorite thing out of the bag so far. But there is one more thing in the bag, and it's in a sizable box, and I want to know what it is. I think I have an idea of what it is, and if it is, I'm going to lose it. And it is. I cannot believe they put this in the 6 sack. This is the Trace 5-inch swim bait. And I believe this is the 4K bluegill. Is it the 4K bluegill? It is the 4K bluegill. So let's get this out so you can take a peek at it. This is the baby brother of the Trace 6-inch. This is a 4-segmented, multi-jointed swim bait. And if anyone who knows me, they know I like throwing big baits. And this thing is just absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to throw this thing. Absolutely beautiful. Now on the Trace series, this is where they started using the BK hooks too as well. Oh my God, this is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. I'm gonna grab her from the top here. Guys, look at that. Beautiful underbelly. I mean, this is just a bluegill mock-up if ever you saw one. Molded scales again, molded gill plates. I believe these are size 4 hooks or size 2 hooks. So I mean, if something latches onto it, it's going to stay latched on. Rubberized tail to give you a little more motion, but this thing just curls in the water. It just curls in the water. It swims so beautifully. I am super excited to get that. Now the six sack is $34 US. This bait alone is $49 US. I mean, there's your savings right there. And then I got all of the other baits on top of that.
Wow.
Like, this is a ridiculously good six sack. It's a ridiculously good program. And if you haven't signed up and you want to try it, you can cancel at any time. You can do an individual purchase of just one sack, or you can do the recurring subscription. Either way, if you use that code, I think it's JR Super 6. I'll put it down in the comments if I'm wrong. But that'll save you $10 on the first sack too as well. So it'll be $24.99 US. And I believe the shipping to Canada is about $12. But you're getting the whole box of baits every single month. I couldn't be happier with this one. For my first sack back, this is an absolute banger. I cannot wait to get a lot of these baits out onto the water. So just a quick recap. We got the 5-inch trace swim bait. We got the black and blue Axel hybrid jig, or swim jig. We got the Blue Truce Shad C6 deep diver. We got the Crush 100X in the green pumpkin gill. This is one I'm looking forward to throwing. We got the Finesse F4, which is a really exciting bait, really cool bait. And that's in the mud bass color. And then you can never have too many shaky worms, and you can never have too many peg stoppers. I mean, what a great sack to have back. And look at that cool sack, man. That's just awesome. I also received in the box outside of the sack, I also received two custom decals for my kayak. So win-win. Guys, if you want to see more of the unboxing content, there's going to be a lot more coming because I did the recurring subscription. So I'm going to have a new one of these every single month so that you guys can see some of the new baits and some of the exclusive colors and exclusive baits that's going to be coming out from Sixth Sense Fishing. I'll also be doing local tackle reviews and everything in the near future too as well. And keep an eye out for my walkthrough video of my 2024 tournament rig that I'm going to be fishing from this year. As always, guys, if you like the content, please drop a like and a subscribe if you could. I did notice on the analytics that 60% of you guys that are watching the videos right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you guys could just do me a favor, just hit that subscribe button, pop me over 100 subscribers, I would absolutely lose my marbles. It would be just a banana sandwich situation, and I would be forever grateful to you. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much all I've got for you today. So I'm going to wrap it up here. And as always, please keep your heads above the water. Take care.